All right, what's going on? Welcome to the Degenerate Gamblers. It's Friday. I'm here with my boy Steve Valente. We've been crushing it. I've been up since 5 in the morning. I've been over in the barns at Saratoga Racetrack trying to, figure out which horses are good, which aren't. And I had a horse bite the shit out of me.
I was going to say, the only thing you got out of it, Howie, was a couple of bruises.
Oh, my God, man. This horse just latched out, gave me a quick nip. It'll be good, man. The wife's going to think I'm back, paying for bondage shit again. This isn't going to work out. I got to keep my shirt on all day. But Steve, what the hell's going on, man? Holy baseball yesterday.
How
plus 450 parlay, 2 units, 9 units overall yesterday. Turn around last night. We called it on the last show with the Bosons. I'm a Knicks fan. And I was like, there's no way we're going to win tonight.
No way. You knew it.
I wrote on the thing. I said, Vegas isn't stupid. I mean, there's a reason the Celtics were laying 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
Man down, Tatum out. You knew they were going to show up. They just, Jaylen Brown's out there grabbing dicks.
I think it was the other way around. I think it was your boy Jalen Brunson. It was the other Jalen grabbing dicks.
No, Brunson just brushed off.
Oh, his belly.
Brushed it off.
Yeah, hit his belly.
Jason Tatum took the gayness to a whole new level.
Tatum or Brown? Brown.
Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Jalen Brown just he latched on. I think he gave him a couple strokes. I think he may have given him a couple strokes. They showed it over and over. They asked Josh Hart's wife. And she just said, weird. Yeah. When another man grabs my husband's junk, it's weird. It's weird. But that was some bizarre stuff. Anyways, give the Celtics props. They won. They deserve it. Look, I needed them to win because I got Game 6.
Game 6 tonight.
Game 6 tonight. We're back at MSG.
How we were plus 9 units on Thursday or Wednesday night with the hoops. Plus 9 units, the two of us on the Discord.
We're crushing NBA. We're crushing baseball. I'm looking at my my PGA Tour. Oh wait, we got to talk about the Nuggets. The Nuggets.
Nugs.
So I had 5 units on the Nuggets plus 5. How do you not bet the Nuggets at home plus 5.5?
Yeah,
that was a gimme. That was a gimme. You knew they weren't going down without a fight.
I actually took him again in the second half, Howie, plus 100 at minus 1.5 and hit that.
Yeah, that was a damn good play.
Yeah.
You got the Nuggets forcing a Game 7. That'll be tomorrow. Knicks tonight. Let's go into the golf. I switched up at the last second. You talked me into it. I got rid of John Rahm and I took Morikawa.
Okay, well, kind of a wash there. Rahm showed up yesterday. I was a little bit off on him.
Is he -4?
Rahm, I'm looking right now. I think he finished the day -3 yesterday. Let's see. Morikawa's -3 right now.
Okay.
He's -3. You got Bryson is -1.
Harmon's even. Sergio Garcia's +2. My boy Ricky Fowler is +2.
I gave Cam Smith out there. He's +1 today, +8 overall. So that was a good play by me.
I got Henley. Who's +6. It's like, dude, what do you show up?
Oh man,
hit the ball
right. Do something. Tommy Fleetwood's a name to keep an eye on. He's 115 tee off today. He's -1. If we can get him top 10, top 5, we'll cash some. We'll make some bank there. Even the leaderboard, you don't know a lot of the names. Jonathan Vegas, he's a name, but he's not a guy that really ever competed in these championships. Cam Davis, another name you probably know. Aaron Ra, that was a name that I put on the Discord. Said he was +700 for the top 10. Thought that was some decent value. He's -5 right now, tied for second. So see how he does.
This is a tough course.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Not easy.
like I said the other day, it's long, but it's wide. So guys like Bryson DeChambeau, it can benefit them when their drives aren't as accurate as I said, like Colin Morikawa is, or that Aaron Ray, both very accurate off the tee box. So we'll
Where's he?
see.
Where's he right now? Where's DeChambeau right now?
-1. -1. He teed off early this morning, so he's through. Where is he? Through 4. -1 today, so -1 for the tournament.
All right.
I don't
So,
foresee these guys on the top staying there. Vegas is
man,
+1
talk
through
about
2.
value. These guys are long shots up there.
Yeah, Tyler Hatton's up there. Terrell Hatton, he's up there. He's -5, -2 for the day. So we'll see. I think
Yeah.
Adam Scott's -2 for the day. He's -4 for the tournament. So there's another guy to keep an eye on. He's always lurking in these majors.
I mean, you look at it right now. What about guys like Scheffler, Schauffele? Are they still in the hunt?
Yeah, oh yeah. Scheffler's -2. He doesn't tee off till later this afternoon. He's always going to be in the hunt. Rory did not play well at all yesterday, +3. He'll probably make a charge today. Tees off about 145. He'll probably shoot like 5-6 under today to finish 2-3 under for the tournament heading into the weekend. He'll make the cut, but again, guy that can drive it long, so it is to his advantage to play at a course like this. But yeah, Scheffler -2. He'll probably come out and shoot another -2, stay steady, be in the top 10 going into the weekend, and then boom, Scotty Scheffler's in the lead going into Sunday. That's usually his MO. Stays right there, kind of hovers, and then pounces it, when the time is right. How about Max Homa's 6 under through 9 today?
How about Gerard too? He's the only U.S. guy up there. He's -6, I believe.
Gerard is -5 for the tournament. Yep. So, okay. But Homa, big charge. He drove. What hole was it? He drove a par 4. Within. Yeah, that was. So he started on the back 9. He drove a par 4 and eagled on 14. Drove it within 2 feet. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, par 4. It was like 375 or so. Drove it within 2 feet of the cup. It's like I played golf last night in my golf league, Howie. I stink. These guys are unbelievable. Golf, and it's like I get mad like I'm freaking Tiger Woods or something. I said to my buddies, I'm like, I hate sucking at things. I suck at golf, but I can continue to come back.
I've said it for years. Golf is the sport of the Illuminati. There's only a few people in the world that I think understand the tricks. And I think once you get into this Illuminati and you learn the 3 or 4 tricks, they don't tell anyone.
Nobody.
They don't tell anyone. It's like, golf for you and I, it's like literally, honestly, I compare it to like oral sex. Like every guy in the world says they're good at it. But if you ask their wife, they're like, yeah, not really.
Not really.
I've been going hard.
Really.
I've been going hard for 30 years. There's times where I think I got it. Okay, I found that sweet spot. And then 2 days later, I'm getting smacked in the back of the head. I suck at it.
Stink.
And it's like golf. It's like, Bob, how'd you hit him today? Oh, good. Shot an 89. And it's like, no, you didn't.
I didn't, you liar. Shot a 108.
You shot a 130. And it's the same thing, like, wow, I'm the best at munching carpet. Yeah, let's interview those 4 girls and let's see what they say. They could be like, no.
Shot 163. Shot 163 down below.
Yeah, it's like it's the same as golf, man. It's like I'll never understand golf. I've gone out and like I've played 18 holes, shot a 91, didn't lose a ball, and I'm like, wow, I finally found the sweet spot.
I got it.
I'll go out 4 days later and lose 22 balls, shoot a 170, and I threw my balls over a bridge into the river.
How about your last hole? Yes, last night. Drove it Crushed it. Lost it. No clue. Straight. Dead straight. No clue where it went. No.
Yeah.
Like, got lost in the abyss. Of course I lost
Yeah.
my best drive of the day. Can't find it.
Yeah.
It's golf.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's the sport of the Illuminati. I sit back and watch. And, it's a good sport to lie back when you're hungover on a Sunday and listen to the announcers because they'll put you to sleep.
You'll go night.
Here we are. We're walking up to the 14th green.
Yep.
Wow. Look at the angst in his eyes. It's like, what? Dude,
what's going on? Yeah.
It's like, it's like announcing a chess match. It's the same thing. But anyways, it's going to be interesting to see. And I like watching Sunday because Sunday, that's kind of like it weeds out the wannabes, the guys that, look great the first two rounds. But Sunday's when the real guys show up. That's the clutch.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Guys like Scotty Scheffler, they're going to hang around. Yeah. They're going to be right. They're going to be right there within a couple strokes. And then boom, by Saturday, he's got a 6-stroke lead going into Sunday. It's like, it's probably what's going to happen here in Quail Hollow.
Absolutely. So, yeah, baseball, we're getting to baseball real quick. Yesterday, I had the Braves Twins Reds plus 450, 2 units, 9 units, crushed that. Baseball, I'm telling you right now, was just the who was it that had that 9-game winning streak? They lost. Washington's playing terrible, but
Minnesota Twins.
St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis
finally got beat.
Yep.
Minnesota's just a juggernaut right now. Look, when you're betting baseball, you try to find streaks,
right?
Because these 3, 4, 5 games, and that's what we're looking at. I'm looking at today's games or tonight's games, and we have to talk real quickly about the Subway Series.
Yep.
You have McGill going into Yankee Stadium against Rodon. Yankees are a slight favorite.
Mm-hmm.
This is flipping a coin, man, because look, the Yankees, if they hit the ball well, they'll rack up 7, 8, 9 runs. If they don't, they may score 1 run. The Mets, you want to talk, they look like they're finally putting it together, but shoot, they got spanked the other night. They got absolutely demolished. I don't know. This is an interesting game. I'm going to lay some money on the Yankees. You can get a -1.5 and plus 146. I'm going to take the money line at home tonight. The Yankees have kind of owned the Mets over the years. But, we got your Red Sox. They got the Braves coming into town tonight. You got the National League, American League showdown in Boston.
Mm-hmm. I'm not. The Red Sox they're not playing good baseball right now. They're not.
And look who's pitching for Boston. What do you think? Atlanta's got Chris Sale coming back home.
Coming back to Beantown. Garrett Crochet, he's our big signing. Second lefty, Chris Sale, which we got from the White Sox as well. Guy can spin it, but the bats are too inconsistent with the Red Sox right now. A bat I want to talk about is Aaron Judge, the guy. Plus, if you get a -120 to 2+ bases, I mean, it's almost like a guarantee every single game if you can get Aaron Judge plus 2 bases. And I'm only laying 20. I got the juices 20. I'm good. I'm going to take Aaron Judge.
I think tonight, the only thing you're going to lose on Aaron Judge is if they walk him 3 times.
Right.
That's it.
But
he's on fire. He'll get a hit tonight against the Mets. That Braves Red Sox game tonight, I'm leaning the over/under's 8.
Yep.
I can see that a 3-2 game.
Yeah. No, under would definitely be a good angle on that with those two pitchers. Chris Sale coming back to Fenway Park, huge, Cy Young year last year, got injured in the playoffs, his MO. But coming back to Beantown, and the guy plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's always done it. Crochet he's a good lefty. Kind of mimics a little bit of Chris Sale there too. So I like the under. I'm with you.
I just think it's a good play. There's some late games tonight that just are eye popping. The Colorado Rockies are playing at Arizona. Arizona's got Burns pitching.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen this line this high in baseball in a few years. The Diamondbacks are -405.
Wow.
This is still MLB. These are professional players. -405.
Howie, even the -1.5 run line is -192.
When's the last time you saw that? That's crazy.
I mean, the Rockies they're bad. Like they're on pace to break the record that the White Sox set for the amount of losses in a season. I think it's like 145 is the over/under for that right now.
It's like, sell the team.
There's 162 games. Howie, they're going to lose 140 of them?
Oh, God, man. But I just, that is, anything can happen in baseball.
Sure.
Frank's like, I just did.
Frank the Tank? Can we call him Frank the Tank?
Yeah, we can call him anything. Let me see. Check your email. Hopefully you gave me the right email.
Yeah.
And it is Lyons G. Maybe just Lyons G. You said Frank Lyons G. I got it, baby. Let's see, man. So yeah, I mean, baseball is those are some wild lines tonight. Really.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dodgers got Dustin May on the mound. I like that kid. He's coming off Tommy John. Playing the Angels, another franchise that just likes to spend money but just can't win. You got Shohei back against his old team. He's a wagon. Man, I like the Dodgers tonight, but that's some wood you got to lay too.
That's another wood. That's minus 300.
Yeah, minus 300, minus 148 for the run line of -1.5. But man, I don't know. I think the Dodgers lay the wood tonight. So maybe if you parlay that in with the under of the Red Sox game and the Yankees.
Well, yeah, and then look at that Lions. I mean, look at that Giants game.
They're playing good baseball. Logan Webb, 7. Wow.
So was it Oakland.
Yeah. See some ERAs in that game, Howie. I mean, 7's pretty low for MLB. Yeah, both pitchers ERAs under 3. Sears for Oakland, or the Athletics, because we can't call them Oakland anymore. They're playing in Sacramento. And then Logan Webb, 2.6 ERA. So they're San Fran's actually hasn't been playing well of late either. I think lost 4 out of their last 5.
I finally got it. All right, we're good.
They're covering.
So yeah, I mean Oakland's a team that's just, if you bet them this year, you made some money because they've won a lot of games as underdogs.
No, I think last year was the year everyone said bet against them and then keep bankrolling against them, and they actually played well. And then this year they're Billy Bean baseball, man. It's like the guy just he figures it out. He gets players to do less with more. It's crazy. Or do more with less. More with less.
Yeah.
Flip that.
Yeah. That Michael Lewis movie, that was the real deal.
Moneyball.
I remember that year. I mean, they gave the Yankees all they wanted. That was the year, Jeter made some serious plays.
Yeah. Yep. That was the year Jeter, that was the flip.
That was the flip.
Yeah.
That was the flip.
Yep.
So yeah, you got them plus 172 going to San Francisco tonight. Sears is pitching. That's a game they could possibly win.
Yeah.
The other team that I look at, you got the Mariners going to San Diego tonight. The Pods are minus 154. When this team hits, they're just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, Tatis hitting a home run. That's I like tossing that in every now and then.
Him, you got Bogarts hit his 3rd home run of the year last night. You got Manny Machado in that lineup. They're a team that kind of spent some money, went out and got traded for Soto, but then couldn't obviously lock him up, so he went to the Yankees or traded him to the Yankees. But yeah, 27-15 right now.
Oh, there's Frank.
Frank Tank?
Yeah, baby. What's going on, Frank?
Hey,
Camera.
Howie. So
I can
my
hear
old
you. I can
video.
hear you. I can't see you, but we're all good.
Okay.
How's it going, my man?
Very good. Thank you so much for the other night. That was a very good time.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still recovering.
Nah, I know you're a pro.
So, guys, everybody listening right now, we're going right into horse racing, and I have with me a special guest, awesome guy, Frank Lyons. Frank has been a trainer, been a bloodstock agent, jockey agent. He was a trainer, actually trained a Breeders' Cup Sprint champion. Frank, tell us about that, man. Like you trained some good horses.
Well, it was thankfully God was with me that day. It was, you know, Howie. She was the longest shot. She was like 100 to 1 in Europe, and I told all the European correspondents and reporters and everyone out there, I said she is going to win, and I had no doubt that she was going to win because she was pretty awesome. And I also had to pick 7 that day as well. You know, you have a pick 6, but they had a pick 7 that day. So I got to pick 7 that day. But here is the interesting thing about that is that she was coupled in the wagering with Lee de Justice, who won the Breeders' Cup Sprint the year after, and Owington, who's a very good horse from Europe. So she was only 15 to 1. So I had to share that pick 7. But if she had been alone, I would have been the only one to hit the pick 7 that day at Belmont.
What did it pay, anyways?
Paid like 52,000, I believe.
Yeah, that's not a bad payday.
No, it's not. No. It was very good. It paid for the party that night anyway.
So yeah, speaking of that, Frank, in 19, I believe it was 89, I'm at the Saratoga racetrack and I'm working, and I played the pick 6, and I hit 4 for 4. Fifth race, which is the 7th race at Travers Day, I hit a sprinter named Houston. Remember that
I
horse,
remember
Houston?
Dwayne Lucas. He
He
was
was
by
a beast.
Seattle Slew.
Yes. So I had that horse in the 7th. 8th race, I got Disco Day, Pat Day, an easy goer. And
Easy goer.
the horse was 20 lengths off the lead coming to the top of the stretch. Made a huge run, won the race.
Yeah.
I hit the pick 6. I'm going crazy. You know what the pick 6 paid?
$120.
It paid $665.
Ooh, your ticket
I think
probably
I
cost
hit the
more.
lowest pick 6 in the history of pick 6s at Saratoga.
But you had it.
Yeah, and plus
Along
it was
with everyone
1989. Beers were 75 cents.
Really?
So,
Wow.
yeah, it ended up being a good night. I think I slept at the T&L.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You have a room there, right?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, it was
Down in the
back-
basement, you got the Britain cot.
Yeah, I had a room at the T&L, and I had a room. I fell asleep one night at the Metro.
Wow.
On the 3rd floor. Yeah, those were the days.
Stylish places.
So Frank, we're looking at the Preakness tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you look in, I was actually over at the barns today. I got bit in the arm by a horse.
Yeah, I seen that. You sent me a video.
Yeah, my good friend Jen Preglo has a couple nice horses, 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
And she's got them for sale. If anybody wants to buy them, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, I went over there and got bit. I needed a good biting. But we got this race tomorrow, and Frank, you've looked it over, and you said, and this is what Steve and I are talking about, journalism's going to be tough to beat.
Well, he's going to be very tough to beat. And if, the connections, which I know them all very well, and they're very sharp people. And so what they say, you should listen to. Mike McCarthy said he wasn't going to make a decision whether to run in the Preakness until a week after the Preakness or after the Derby. And the horse shows him that he's ready to run. And he did that. And he said that he's eating up very, very well, and he's training very, very well. And so even if you get a 90% journalism, I think he's still going to win. He's still going to get the trip too. That's very important when you look at a horse race, whether the horse is coming from way out of it, or there's a horse is a speed horse, but there's plenty of speed in the race tomorrow, and journalism should lay fourth and have a great trip. And it should be very, very, very tough to beat. I think the only thing that can beat journalism is journalism, because it's 2 weeks coming back, and horses often give you the impression that they're doing everything right, and they can absolutely come back in 2 weeks. But then when the gates open and the real racing starts, uh, then they don't quite have that normal kick that they do. But I think in the case of journalism, he's going to overcome whatever obstacles might be in front of him.
Yeah, that's a good point. You got an Italian rider on him.
Well,
Let's say
yeah,
let's say he gains 20 pounds tonight, because they often do.
yes,
They like to eat.
yes,
This horse still probably will cruise with him on him.
yeah, yeah,
And our good friend, we got to talk about the one goal oriented, because you got
yeah,
Flavian Pratt, and
yeah,
we called you called Matt Musiker the other night,
yeah.
his agent, and that was good
No,
to hear
no,
from
no,
him.
no. That was Tyler Gaffleone's agent, is Matt Musiker.
Oh shoot! I thought he had
Yes.
Pratt.
See, that's why I'm here to
You know
to look
what? Thank
after you.
God you're here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm
So, I
still
mean,
seeing triples.
Tyler is as good as there is, but if there's anyone that can keep up with Tyler, it's Flavian Pratt.
Man, he is some jockey.
He
Yeah,
is
he
some
is.
jockey. Now, here's the problem with that horse goal oriented, okay? We can't get away from the fact that it is his third race in just 6 weeks. Okay, so and he went from his maiden out at Santa Anita
That's
to
right.
a allowance race at Churchill Downs, and now he's going to another allowance race or another race, the Preakness. Arguably the one of the best 3-year-old races of the year. This one is tomorrow, and so is he able to step up and handle all this? Well, he's got Bob Baffert on his side, and he's got Flavian Pratt, so you don't have to worry anything there. But the one thing you do have to worry about is that he's drawn on the inside, and this horse, first time out, was really green when he got the dirt kicked back in his face, and
Right.
he almost pulled up in the race because he was getting dirt in his face. And then the second time out, stretching out, he was going to be on the lead. Now, he can be on the lead tomorrow, but they're going to have to use him because American Promise, I believe, Wayne Lucas's horse, is going to go. And then Clever Again that's just his natural way of running, is on the lead, and he's a very quick horse. So there will be a good pace on here, and that's why I think it's even sets up better for journalism because those it's a mile and 3/16. The horses, goal oriented, has had one race at a mile and 16 on a sloppy racetrack. And Clever Again has had 3 races, two of them going a mile and 16 and a mile, and he won both of them. But now he's stepping up to the best 3-year-olds in the country. And can I mean, I think Clever Again is the horse that, because he's out of a Galileo mare, and she was trained on the grass by Aidan O'Brien in Ireland, but she won a stake at a mile and a half, and so the distance I don't think is going to bother him. Maybe the distance plus the fact that he's running against the best 3-year-olds in the nation, besides a couple sovereignties, obviously not running, but I think he's probably capable of stepping up, but I don't know if he can beat journalism.
But you like him a little bit as a long shot.
Yeah, I would. I think that if journalism is too short a price tomorrow, I think even money is probably a gift on journalism. But he goes to 3 to 5, or which I can't really. I think he's going to go off at 6 to 5. But
Okay.
I just think that if it's too short a price, I think the bet is Clever Again, and you do an exacta with journalism on top of Clever Again.
I got you. Might do that.
Frank,
Now,
Steve Valeni here.
Hey, Steve.
How are you? I
Very
looked
good.
at this 8. I circled the 8. Clever Again. You know, you
Yeah.
got American Pharoah as the sire. How much stock do you put into a horse like this with the pedigree of having, you know, American Pharoah as the sire?
Well, I mean, American Pharoah was, he was just a gift to the public. We all had so much fun watching American Pharoah.
Yep.
And, but he hasn't necessarily, no, he hasn't disappointed as a sire. But I mean, I think we might have expected too much when he went to stud. There was like he literally had the best offspring, the best minds, the best looking. They all went for $1 million, maybe
Mm-hmm.
$1.5 million. But like he hasn't really came with a horse. Now he's young. He's not that young, but he's not through yet.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, like
we haven't seen really his
we haven't.
offspring show up in one of these big races yet, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I might be mistaken that some horse might have run better, but I can't think of who it was. And but of course, there's connections. Steve
Sure.
Asmussen, you got
Yep.
Winchell Thoroughbreds,
Yep.
John Magnier, Jose Ortiz, and Steve Asmussen has trained Curlin to win it. He's trained Rachel Alexander to win it, so he knows how to get there. The horse is drawn well. I love Jose Ortiz. He won the race on early voting a couple of years ago. He's one of the best riders in the country. And so everything around it, including American Pharoah, is positive,
Sure,
So
sure.
I see Clever Again as the upset.
Frank, how about the jockey jump in here? You had Ortiz rode Sandman in the Derby. Now he's on, Clever Again.
Yep.
I believe
he's on River Thames.
yeah, but Irad ran the 9 in the Lexington. Yeah, the Grade 3
And
Lexington.
speaking of the changes, like Steve just said, this is interesting. You have Todd Pletcher training River Thames.
Yeah.
He's got Irad Ortiz on him. You would think Johnny Velasquez would be riding because that's kind of the combo.
Well,
we always see, but now you got Sandman puts my favorite rider of all time, Johnny Velasquez, on him. What do you think of that?
Well, okay, so Jose Ortiz said that he had a prior engagement to ride Clever Again.
Okay.
Do you think that he would have had a prior engagement if Sandman had have won the Derby or been second in the Derby?
Nope.
How would that?
Right.
That's right.
So I put that down to when Jose rode this horse in the Hot Springs. He beat a horse called Gaming, who was one of Bob Baffert's best 2-year-olds last year, and he beat this horse. He spanked him, and so I would imagine that Jose came back and said, listen, this horse is dynamite. He is going, and Steve said he's going for the Preakness, and Jose didn't see anything that he could ride other than Clever Again in the Preakness tomorrow. And so Sandman, who didn't run that good in the Derby, I think that Jose Ortiz, the fact that he gave Clever Again and Steve Asmussen the call on this horse, like when did he give him the call on this horse? After Sandman won the Arkansas Derby, or last week, or he had no intentions of riding Sandman in this race. He wants to ride Clever Again.
Yeah,
that says a lot.
Frank, how about
he may not be right? He may not be right because often we get it wrong.
Yeah, you never know.
Frank, we only have 3 horses in this race that ran in the Derby. Obviously, we know the Derby was a mud fest, right? The slop.
Right.
How much did that do we take into consideration that Sandman ran a bad race? Was it the slop, or is he just probably not that level of a horse?
Okay. So the one thing is that at Churchill Downs, he hasn't really shown. He's had 3 starts at Churchill Downs, finished 5th, beaten 10 lengths in the Iroquois, 3rd, beaten 5 1/4 to Sovereignty, and then 7th, beaten 12 lengths. That's all at Churchill Downs. So you might say that maybe he's not quite as good at Churchill Downs and he might rebound here at Pimlico.
Mm-hmm.
But the race doesn't necessarily set up for him. You see, like there's not that. There'll be a good pace, but I don't think it's going to be a breakneck kind of a pace, and they're not going to be stopping at the quarter pole or at the eighth pole. I don't believe, and I don't believe it's going to really set up that good for Sandman. And they say he's switching shoes back. They put glue on shoes on him before the
Mm-hmm.
Derby. Now, why do you put glue on shoes on the horse? Because they got foot problems. Okay, so they may not have any wall, or But and then when they put glue on shoes on, now they decide to take them off. So there's a chance that they might be right, that he might not have, the glue-on shoes might not have got a good hold of the muddy track there at Churchill, and they're putting the regular shoes back on tomorrow. But why did they put glue-on shoes in the first place? Because he has to have foot problems.
Foot injury.
If I think,
Frank, this is the stuff our people need to hear at the
Yeah.
Degenerate Gamblers. I love it.
I'll say yes.
I love it.
This is what we need.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah. I'm putting a alimony check on this exacta
Yeah.
So Frank, last question I got right here. And look, I don't know if I'm reaching or it's just my loyalty, but does the 3-horse American Promise with D. Wayne have any chance to hold on and win this race tomorrow, 15-1?
Hey, listen, I wouldn't have told you that Seize the Grey would have done it last year, but the coach, D. Wayne, is a master of these big races. And he, he's won the race twice in the last 5 years. He's won it 6 times altogether. And, Bob Baffert's won it 8 times, by the way. And so American Promise, yeah, of course, D-Wayne, any horse that's in this race has a chance, because I've seen Mind That Bird, win the Derby. I've seen Rich Strike win the Derby. Once you're in it, you got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. And D. Wayne, I mean, that horse showed early speed in the Derby. I had him.
Yeah, he did. But, I just thought that Virginia Derby, the horse Render Judgment finished third last in the Kentucky Derby, and I don't think it's I don't think he's good enough, but I think that D. Wayne is he is capable of anything. One horse that I don't give a chance to, and he'll probably jump up and win, is Heart of Honor.
I was gonna say the 4, Frank. I had my fingers up for the 4.
Yeah.
He did all right over in Dubai.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but the horse at Mar Daytona, who beat him ahead last time out, finished dead last in the Kentucky Derby. Galactic Star is not that much. Golden Vacoma is the good horse that he's run against, and he hasn't ran back since the 2000 Guineas with the race where he beat Heart of Honor, but he's a decent horse. But I don't think that Heart of Honor will do much. First of all, he's going to be, face a sloppy racetrack, I believe, or a muddy racetrack, because they're calling for rain. And I think the last British trained horse was in like 1910 to win the Preakness.
Not good odds right there, Frank.
No,
Frank, a last.
Howie was there. He had the exacta.
A last question from me here, Frank. The Japanese horses always seem to be like the big thing in the Derby. Is a Japanese horse going to win this? Why didn't any Japanese horses enter this race?
Well, I think the Kentucky Derby is the Kentucky Derby, and the Preakness, as much respect as I have for the Preakness, I don't think that the popularity of the Preakness, if you came back and said, "Hey, this is the Preakness winner," that I think a few people would say, "What's the Preakness?" But if you came back and say, "Well, it's the Kentucky Derby winner,"
that's it.
That's the Kentucky Derby winner, and it's $2 million prize. That's there's a lot of $2 million races over there that you can stay home. You don't have to travel half the world to contending. But the other horse that we have not talked about that you just hinted on there for a second is River Thames.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Todd Pletcher has never won this Preakness. Irad Ortiz has never won the Preakness, and this horse is mapped out for this race. If Clever Again and journalism get any challenge, I would say it is from River Thames.
All right, so
Frank, I actually just switched it. I had 827 marked on my sheet. I just switched the 7 out with the 6 River Thames. I put them in there.
Okay, very good. So I just crossed all my selections out and put Sandman as the winner. Because
there we go. Hammer Sandman.
Because that's often the way it goes.
Have you looked at the Black-Eyed Susan at all today?
I didn't, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've been going through this pick 5 for tomorrow, and it's pretty difficult. Like, it'll pay.
Yeah.
Even if you single journalism, it'll pay. Because you got I'll tell you, I will give you a horse that in the 7th race at Pimlico tomorrow that I think will get beat. And it's the 5-2 favorite for Chris Clement. And it's first time in this country. I tried to buy this filly last year, and 3 Havanas is her name. And I think in mile 16, she's going to find this too far tomorrow. So that's not as good as a winner, but it's nearly as good when you can get one that you think will lose.
I put the 9 on top of the 7 in that race, Frank. Junior Alvarado, a distance turf race. He's a heavy closer. I actually like the 9 in that at morning line 3-1.
Sure. I can't even find that.
Way to be Marie.
Oh yes, yeah. She's going to be like favorite or second favorite though. Right?
Yeah, second favorite. I'm not giving anybody a bomb here that I think, but I love Junior on the turf.
Yeah, I love Junior. I love Junior anyway.
Yeah, yep.
He's a good dude.
He's like my old boy Jean-Luc Sammy, baby. You get him on the grass.
That's it.
He was amazing.
Yeah, we talked about John Luke the other night.
Yeah.
Where...
So guys, there you have it. Look, we went over the Preakness. You guys are lucky enough to hear the legendary Frank Lyons. Man, this guy's got horse racing knowledge. He's done it all. And hopefully tomorrow, man, that's what we hit. We got journalism. We got Clever Again. I'm actually going to throw in D. Wayne Lucas as a long shot.
Sure.
With a couple keys.
Like this race will always come some sort of surprise, whether it's first, second, or third.
Yeah. And we're going to get you on again, Frank, because, hey, in 3 weeks, we got the Belmont here in Saratoga.
Absolutely. I'm actually sitting right outside of the gates of Saratoga right now.
You're probably right outside my house.
Yeah, you're right there. You waiting to go into King's Tavern?
Yeah.
Listen, Frank, are you next to the museum?
No, I'm in the house next to the Saratoga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm living that.
I think you live right down the street from me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm right next to the horse racing museum.
Oh, you are? Okay. Well, then we are right next to each other. Look out your window, and I look out my window. Oh, there you are.
I got a green bottle of Jameson. I'm just kidding. It's too early. I got to wait another hour.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Well, listen, that's it.
Mate, thanks, Frank. Luck, guys. All right.
Frank, thanks for coming on, brother. I'll hit you up later.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys.
See you, Steve. Bye.
Have a good weekend.
So there you have it, man. Degenerate Gamblers. We had Frank Lyons on talking about
that was awesome.
Preakness tomorrow. You can't get any better insight than that. That's a guy that, he's done it all when it comes to horse racing. I mean, plus he's a jockey agent, trainer. So look, there you have it. If you like what you hear, go to whop.com, join the Degenerate Gamblers, go to Howie Dewey on YouTube. Guys, sign up, man, because we have a great Discord. We're on fire with baseball, NBA. We got the Knicks tonight. They're going to close it out in Game 6. We're going to hit. We got golf all weekend long. Let's bank!
Bank!